Alright guys, so I'm checking in with you guys. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not going to sit here and apologize for this shit. I mean, I feel bad that I don't put videos out because, some of you guys, you have been subscribing for a while, been following for a while, so I feel bad that I'm not putting out content to kind of communicate with everybody. But this year, with this economy and just the way things have gone this year has been shit, so it's been kind of difficult to get on here and do videos. Just to give you a little bit of a recap of everything I'm going through. So, last year I had 3 vans rolling. I was driving, and I had two drivers in a van. One in this van, which is my E-Series van, and then one in my 2017 Transit. And mind you, when I'm on the road running, that's a big difference than having a driver in it. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a 60-40 split, so I'm getting 40% of it if I got a driver in it, as opposed to getting 100% of it if I'm out there. So the amount of income that I made, I'm saying that so you can understand the income. Now, this year, I've just kind of ran a couple weeks here. Altogether, I've ran about a month this year. And that's because I needed to be in, because I'm trying to help raise our granddaughter that we have custody of. My wife can't do it by herself. My granddaughter needs me, so I'm home. I can't get out on the road as much. So that significantly decreases my revenue. So I still had still had a driver in this van, had a driver in my 17, put a driver in my 19 at the beginning of the year. So I had 3 going with drivers, was still doing okay, was still fine. Then driver came out of the E-Series because he got his van repaired, so he went back to his van. So this van was empty. The driver in my 17 wrecked it at the end of February, so that van has been sitting empty. The good thing about this one is I can do a couple of runs here and there, make it still make a little bit of money, not costing me money. The 17, on the other hand, is costing me roughly, because I'm still paying on it, and I had been paying $1,000 a month. Plus roughly $750 a month in insurance, so it's costing me $1,750 a month to just sit there, and it's been sitting there since February. So that's all just out of pocket, and mind you, that's not counting the lost revenue. So all I had going full time was my one van, and now I'm expecting one van with a driver in it to take care of all my bills that I was paying with myself and 2 other vans going. So that's made everything really tight. The economy is shit. Fuck Joe Biden. I don't care which one of you guys' feelings I hurt with that. I honestly don't care, because that's how badly I can't stand that guy. He's a piece of shit. He's horrible for our country. Like, I know I'm getting on a rant, but that guy was bad news before he became president, and now with all this shit. So the economy's shit. Don't know when it's going to get better, which means when the economy's bad, individuals start tightening their belts on what they spend, because inflation's high. So everything you buy every day is high. So with that being said, businesses aren't spending money either. Automotive isn't doing very well. That's a lot of our freight. So freight volume is down, which you still have a very oversaturated industry. So capacity is extremely high, volume is extremely low. So that's going to equal really shitty rates. So the rates are down. So you're losing money because the rates are down now too. So all in all, it's just made for a tough situation, and all my time and energy has been going to treading water and keeping things going, taking care of my grandbaby, things like that. So that's why it's been difficult for me to get out here and kind of do the videos on a regular. The other side of it too is, I know people get into the industry via videos that they see from people on YouTube, TikTok, all that stuff. And again, I want to make it clear, I'm not an influencer. I'm not trying to influence anybody to get into this industry. And so it happens without me, that being my purpose, though. And so I take that into consideration, too, because shit is bad. Like, shit is not good out there right now, okay? Again, you have the right common sense, you have the right awareness, and you have the right ability, you're going to get through it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like, oh, it's the end of the world or anything. It's just to say, not everybody is built to do that. So I spend a lot of time concentrating on those people And so that makes me hesitant to want to do videos, which I need to change that. I'm trying to be consciously aware of, I need to do videos for the people that are going to be able to take what I'm saying and put it to work. I got to quit worrying so much about the people that are probably going to fail. Not meaning that I don't care, but meaning there's nothing I can do about that, because I am not trying to influence people to do things. I am not trying to glorify what I do. I'm not trying to do any of those things. So yeah, just a little inside my mind kind of thing there for a moment. It's funny, and why some of this is kind of at the forefront of my mind right now, which is why I want to do a video on it, is just recently had a guy in a Facebook group. He somebody had commented on somebody's post. Somebody was asking for some advice or information, and somebody put in there, mentioned my name, and this person said, oh, if he would have listened to me, that he would have never got into the industry and he wouldn't be doing as well as he's doing and all that good shit. So he's glad he ignored me, because he said all my videos were doom and gloom. So that's not what this is. That's not what any of my videos are. So if any of you take it that way, what I say to you is, what do I look like trying to be doom and gloom and trying to steer you out of the industry if this is what I do for a living and how I make my living? Because I don't care if you come out here. Like, I don't care for the competition. I don't care if it's out here or not, because I'm going to do everything I need to do the way I need to do it in order to survive. I know enough, and I got enough common sense and awareness to make a living at this regardless. So so any of you that see it that I put it doom and gloom, it's not. It's I do tend to emphasize some negatives, and that's because as I said a few minutes ago, I spend a lot of time thinking about the people that fail, because 90-some-odd% of the people get into this industry and fail. So I don't want people to do that, because again, like, who wants to see somebody lose their ass? Who wants to see somebody screw their credit all the way to shit and get a vehicle repoed or get in an accident and die, and because they couldn't handle the amount of driving and whatnot. So those are the things that I think about, that some people may not understand why I'm bringing those negative things up or trying to emphasize them. On the other side, I've had people tell me that I make it seem too easy, make it seem too fun, and all this money, and I'm responsible for people coming out here. So it's kind of funny. You get one person telling me I'm telling them not to come out, other people to say, oh, you're trying to bring too many people out here. So it is what it is. You're going to get it no matter what. But the funny part about that guy, the reason I brought him up, the biggest reason I brought him up, was just because, he said that, and then I happened to be going through my emails the other day, because I'm bad about going through my emails. But I was going through them the other day, and lo and behold, who do you think I seen an email from? He says that my videos have never, he's never gotten any use out of my videos, no advice. But yet, there he is, in my emails, emailing me, asking me for some advice, which I answered. Then he replied again, which I hadn't answered, which was like 3 months ago, I think 3 or 4 months ago. I think it was in April and May, something. But, yeah, I just found that kind of funny. So, obviously, he has some kind of issue with me. I don't know if it's because he's got to do with this Expedite group and he's buddies with those guys that run that, or if he's upset that I didn't reply to him that last time. I don't know. This video here, I'm kind of trying to be a little more blunt. I'm kind of tired of being nice to some people, trying to be civil with them when all they're out to do is fuck you, as far as the driver, the driver, us in this industry. And that goes for brokers and other TikTokers and YouTubers and shit, that, man, they're just trying to make a living off of your back, and they're trying to fuck you for your inexperience. The group that I'm talking about is the union. I know it seems like petty drama to some people, but again, I take it personal, because these guys that are running that, which is Jacob Davis, Matthew Tabor, and I don't really have nothing to say about Cameron Cobb, because I don't really know him. He hasn't really put himself out there like that. But Mateo and Jacob, they've done some pretty grimy shit, and they're like they're like dictators in their group. They will get rid of anybody and everybody that has a differing opinion of them. They are trying to, in anything they do for a driver, if it doesn't benefit them and their pocketbooks or their ego, they could give a shit less about trying to help you. And what help they give you is absolute dog shit. I say that because they simply will refer you to a carrier or an insurance agent or whatnot that is giving them a kickback. And there's nothing wrong with getting a kickback. My problem is with the quality of services that they're referring people to. You know, if there's a carrier that's willing to partner up with these guys just simply based off of their followers and the members in the group, which probably 90% of those people are just people that are just looking at the industry as a means to make money. They're probably not even in it, I'd say, not 90% of them. So if they're concerned about paying these guys to get them leads, they're probably not doing that well, and they're probably not the greatest service providers as it is. I'm not trying to get too in depth. I'm kind of going all over the place with this stuff, but just to be a little more in depth on like the insurance agent that they offer, which is Marquee, I think is what it is. I don't even think two of the three. I think the one, Cameron, I think he mentioned that he uses them maybe, but the other two, they hadn't been using them at that point. It's just, hey, these people are willing to pay us money to refer people their direction, so fuck it. And again, don't get me wrong, like I said, referring for money, no big deal. Like me, I try to promote a little bit CIS, Commercial Insurance Solutions, here based out of Akron, Ohio. That's the agent that we use, and that's why I refer them, because it's an agency that I use. I use them for our insurance, so I've been using them for about, I don't know, 8 years maybe, 7, 8 years, somewhere in that neighborhood. So I'm familiar with them. I'm speaking off experience with them. I have yet to ever get a $20 referral from them. And I'm sure people have went there. I just think that I don't really make it a point to tell people to mention me. I need to, but I do here and there. I just don't do it as much. But anyhow, the list of carriers, you know, that them guys use in that group. Oh, let's go to our approved carriers. Go to our approved carrier list. Who the fuck are they? And what makes them approved? What makes them approved is that they're giving them a kickback. Other than that, it ain't that they're good carriers. It ain't that they offer a lot of freight. Like, it's just bullshit, man. Like, that's the shit that gets me with that group. But and you know, just like other influencers, you know, on TikTok and YouTube and whatnot, you know, a lot of them are trying to glorify what they do, and that's because they want you to buy their course, purchase their mentorship, and buy their ebook and all this other bullshit. Like, I'm not opposed to that stuff if it has value, but again, what's behind what they're doing is just their pocketbooks. It ain't that they really want to help people. You know what I mean? Because they're not giving out like I can think of a video that always sticks out from them guys, Mateo and Jacob, and which, mind you, they have me blocked and removed from their group and from their social media stuff on TikTok. So again, any of you that's followed me for a while, you guys know what I'm about. And if you choose to block me and have an issue with me when there's never been any words of like any real shit from me, like it goes to show what you're about. You don't want anybody questioning your opinion. But a video they did once, they both did it. It was the average salary or the average income for a cargo van driver is $80,000. Now the key to that is the next thing they say, which is, I'm not sure if that's gross or net. So again, not everybody has the awareness and the common sense to catch these things, but how the fuck are you going to tell somebody that that's what they make and you don't even know if that's net or gross? Obviously, that means you're not talking off of your real numbers. You're not talking about your real experiences, which, if anybody's watched me for a while, I have a video talking about what I made in a year. It's real numbers, it's true numbers. That's what I tried. I guess that's where I'm at. And again, I'm nobody in the scheme of things, but it is my opinion, and I'm allowed to have my opinion. I'm going to have my opinion. I've had some conversations with those guys, and I know I'm rambling here, but I'm just kind of venting to you guys and kind of just putting you guys in where my mind's been for the last several months and whatnot. It's got a little bit to do with that, like I said, the family stuff, the business stuff, a little bit of everything. Yeah, I was just saying that I've had some conversations with them, and it like they called me the first time they booted me from the group and blocked me. Had to do with because I had commented on a 55-45 fleet owner split with the driver, and I just gave my opinion that it was on the lower side and all this, and I got booted from the group. They called me, everybody apologizes, which was basically a damage control because I had done a video kind of shitting on the union, and they didn't like that, so they just kind of do damage control. So let's come talk to Alan and let's straighten things out. So then, if any of you guys watch Axel live, he's more of a hammer all the time kind of tool, as far as like he's just always about bash, and he mentioned me in my group in his videos, and when that happened, these guys booted me and removed me from their group again. And then I had a conversation with Mateo after that, and after that conversation, Jacob, I had reached out. Well, Jacob had tried to call me. I was busy. Told him I'd get back with him. I got back with him. He didn't call me back, and then he got back to me some weeks later and was like, "Hey, I got time." At that point, I decided, like, fuck them guys, man. If I seen them, I'd be civil with them, all that good shit. I'd give them the same energy that they give me, is all it comes down to. But my thing is, I decided I'm not even concerned with trying to have conversation with people like that. They're manipulative. They're only out for their own interest, and I have to look out for mine. And they aren't worried about mine. I'm not going to worry about theirs. So next thing I want to touch on. This Friday and Saturday is the Expediting Expo in Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's the Allen War Museum, War Coliseum or something, but it's in Fort Wayne. Just go online, look for Expediting Expo. You'll find it on Expeditors Online. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description. And I'll also let you know what day I'm going to be there probably both days, but I agreed to be a part of a Q&A, so I'll let you know what time and day that is. But if any of you guys are going to be there, it'd be great to talk to you guys, see you guys. I don't believe it's going to be much of a turnout. As I said, economy shit. Not a bunch of people are making much money. Not everybody's feeling good. Not everybody's in a festive mentality, so I don't expect to see a lot of people there. And just to be honest with you guys, for van guys, there's not a lot there for van guys. The one thing that I've always said is good, though, is you go there, there's going to be a handful of recruiters in there. They're going to be recruiting for drivers for fleet owners, and mostly they want owner operators. So the thing is, you can go in there, talk to them about their rates, and all these, get all the questions you have for them. And then you can usually go out in the parking lot and find a driver for that carrier, and you can talk to that driver, so you can kind of get both sides of the story and kind of figure out if that company's worth a shit or not. So that's the one thing that I do suggest doing for any of you guys that are looking to get into the industry. If you haven't yet, hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share this video, hit the notification button to get these videos when I put them out. Also, check me out on TikTok, same name. I think it's everything_Apex, but you can catch me on TikTok as well. Again, on Facebook as well, everything Apex. Yeah, guys, I will see you guys later, man.
Your hustle got to be strong in this industry, as in any other industry.